everybody, Gina Mizell here alongside Danny Moran. We are going to give our hot takes, do we dare say, our preview or our prediction for Oregon State's game at Arizona on Saturday afternoon in Tucson. And the last line I saw, that Arizona is favored, I think by 12.5, something in that double digits for sure. Yeah. How do you see this game breaking down? Obviously Arizona has really struggled during Pac-12 play, destroyed by both UCLA and Stanford. Oregon State's coming off a bye week. How do you kind of see this game shaking out?
Yeah, this was a game in preseason when we gave our bold predictions for the year.
Hot take.
You know, the hottest of takes. That, you know, this could be a potential trap game for Arizona. We didn't know the state that they'd be in now with losing Scooby Wright and a new Solomon. But given that they had those two opponents and then have to come play Oregon State, who's coming off a bye, that scheduling quirk might allow for it to be closer. I see it maybe a little bit closer than what the spread shows. I think even if a new Solomon doesn't play, it's still an Arizona victory. I don't know. I think that offense has a chance to be high-powered enough. That being said, Arizona's defense hasn't really stopped anybody. I'm going to say 38-31 Arizona. I think this gives the offense of Oregon State a good chance to get going with a week off of preparation, and just given how much Arizona has struggled on that side of the ball. Yeah,
the hardest thing for me is I think this is definitely a winnable game for Oregon State for a lot of the reasons why you just outlined, but until this young team proves that it can go on the road and capture a big win. I mean, they've only played one road game so far this year at Michigan. It's going to be really hot in the desert on Saturday afternoon. Arizona Stadium, the way their student section is set up, it's a tough place to play. So I think that this offense is going to be able to score on Arizona's defense, because frankly everyone's been able to score on Arizona's defense. But still, the Wildcats have a lot of weapons, and I'm very curious to see, we talked about in a video earlier this week, how this defense now really goes up against a spread offense. So I kind of am going to go in the same realm that you do. I'm going to say 35-31 Wildcats. I predicted 27-24 earlier this week, but I think that's a little too low scoring. So Arizona in a close one. I think the Beavers cover the spread, but it's hard for me to pick the Beavers right now.
Yeah, Arizona's still really talented. I think you look at the past 2 weeks and you just say, oh, that team doesn't have anything, but they've still got Nick Wilson. If Solomon comes back, they've got obviously a number of wide receivers that can do a lot of damage. So I think, yeah, high scoring. The Beavers offense may be the best we see of them to this point this year, but I just don't think they have enough firepower at this point to keep up with them. I mean,
if they were able to go down to Tucson and get that victory, though, that would be a huge step. We might be able to start talking bowl game with this team if they were able to go down to Tucson. So obviously a huge game for the Beavers, and really for the Wildcats too, to try to get back on track against a team they should beat at home. So we will see how it all shakes out, and keep looking at all of our preview coverage on OregonLive.com and in the Oregonian. For Danny Moran, I'm Gina Mizell. Again, Oregon State at Arizona, 1 p.m. Saturday afternoon in Tucson, and we will catch you next time.